There's something about the unknown that's always fascinated us, from ghost stories around campfires to haunted houses on Halloween night. But what happens when that fascination turns into a real-life encounter? In today's video, we're going to explore one of the most disturbing cases of paranormal activity that will leave you questioning what's real and what's just a trick of the mind. Skepticism surrounds every video claiming to showcase paranormal activity, and rightfully so. It's easy to fake a few eerie sounds or some flickering lights, but what about those cases that are a little too convincing to be dismissed? The ones that have experts and viewers alike scratching their heads, wondering if we're witnessing something truly inexplicable? From orbs floating around abandoned asylums to disembodied voices whispering in the dead of night, there's no shortage of alleged paranormal footage out there. But how do we separate fact from fiction? I've combed through countless hours of footage, and I've found a few examples that will make you wonder if the truth is out there. Take, for instance, the infamous Brown Lady photograph, captured in 1936 by photographer Captain Provand at Rainham Hall in Norfolk, England. The image, shrouded in mist and mystery, depicts what appears to be a translucent figure descending a dimly lit staircase, a spectral woman draped in a flowing gown, her hollowed-out face barely discernible. Some believe this to be the spirit of Lady Dorothy Walpole, doomed to wander the estate for eternity after a life of betrayal and sorrow. For decades, this chilling image has fueled heated debates, with skeptics dismissing it as an overexposed trick of the light, and believers insisting it's one of the most compelling pieces of paranormal evidence ever captured. Then there's the Enfield poltergeist recordings, a collection of eerie audio tapes and documented testimonies from the late 1970s that continue to terrify listeners to this day. In these recordings, the voice of an alleged entity, a guttural, raspy presence, emanates from an 11-year-old girl, speaking in a tone far beyond her years. The whispers escalate into growls, laced with cryptic messages and chilling declarations of past lives, death, and the afterlife. Furniture is heard being hurled across rooms, knocking sounds resonate through walls with no apparent source, and the terrified screams of the Hodgson family punctuate the harrowing tapes, making it difficult to dismiss the recordings as a simple hoax. And who can forget the Bell Witch videos? These unsettling clips document unexplainable phenomena occurring in the rural Tennessee home of the Bell family, where, according to legend, a malevolent spirit tormented them for years. The footage captures eerie shadows darting across dimly lit rooms, objects shifting without human interference, and an unseen force violently shaking furniture in the dead of night. Disembodied voices whisper incomprehensible phrases, laughter echoes from empty hallways, and strange knocking patterns disrupt the silence. The mystery behind the Bell Witch legend, coupled with these bizarre occurrences, blurs the line between what we perceive as reality and the unsettling possibility of something more. Yet, among all these supernatural cases, one stands out above the rest: the Smurl haunting. Captured in the 1970s and still widely analyzed today, this infamous footage documents the horrifying ordeal of the Smurl family, who claim to be tormented by a relentless, unseen force. Unlike other paranormal cases that rely on still images or scattered audio recordings, the Smurl footage offers an immersive and deeply unsettling look into what the family described as pure evil. Shadows slither along walls with no identifiable source, guttural growls reverberate through the house at ungodly hours, and objects seem to move on their own, defying all logic. The most horrifying moments depict alleged possessions: family members writhing, eyes rolling back into their heads, their voices warping into something otherworldly. Even more disturbing, physical attacks were reported, with claw marks appearing on the skin, unexplained bruises forming overnight, and unseen hands yanking the Smurls from their beds. The reactions to this footage have remained fiercely polarized. Some argue that it's an elaborate hoax, a well-executed display of practical effects and camera trickery. Others, however, believe it to be one of the most authentic and terrifying documentations of the supernatural ever recorded. Paranormal investigators at the time were split, some claiming to have witnessed unexplainable events firsthand, while others dismissed it as hysteria. Regardless of belief, the Smurl haunting remains a case that refuses to be forgotten, a disturbing glimpse into the unknown that continues to haunt the minds of those who dare to watch. The debate surrounding the Smurl haunting footage rages on even decades after its initial release, drawing in both seasoned paranormal investigators and hardened skeptics alike. To this day, experts and enthusiasts dissect every frame, analyzing the eerie occurrences and scrutinizing the chilling audio to separate fact from fabrication. Was the Smurl family's torment truly the work of a malevolent entity, a sinister force lurking just beyond the veil of our understanding? Or was it an elaborate hoax, skillfully orchestrated to deceive the masses and cement itself as one of the most infamous hauntings of the 20th century? Eyewitness accounts, recorded testimonies, and the footage itself paints a disturbing picture of a family plagued by something beyond comprehension. The flickering lights, the guttural growls echoing through the hallways, the oppressive darkness that seemed to move of its own accord. These details are enough to make even the most skeptical viewers uneasy. Investigators at the time reported unexplained phenomena during their visits, while others dismissed the entire case as nothing more than a fabrication fueled by hysteria and the sensationalism of paranormal folklore. Yet, despite the countless analyses and debates, the truth remains elusive. The Smurl haunting defies easy explanation, leaving those who dare to watch the footage grappling with a terrifying uncertainty. Was this a true encounter with the supernatural, or simply an unsettling trick of the mind? Whatever the reality may be, one thing is undeniable. After witnessing the horrors captured in the Smurl haunting footage, you just might find yourself double-checking the locks, glancing over your shoulder, and sleeping with the lights on tonight. In conclusion, the debate about the authenticity of paranormal encounters is ongoing, and no clear answer is forthcoming. But one thing's for certain, our fascination with the unknown will continue to drive us to explore, investigate, and seek out the truth, no matter how disturbing it may be. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to comment below with your thoughts on the footage. Do you think it's real, or is it just a clever trick? And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more videos exploring the unknown and the unexplained.